Okay, Greg, so now we're outside. Let's talk about landscaping. That seems to be a pretty hot button topic. What can you tell me about what landscaping will do to a property? And is there such a thing as too much?
If you're in a starter neighborhood, don't spend $50,000 on landscaping. That would be an over improvement, and there'll be very little recapture rate upon resale. But if you're in that super executive market, multi-million dollar property, sometimes we see landscaping that costs well over $100,000, sometimes $200,000. That's the norm for that particular market. So know your market is probably the most important comment I have there.
I've heard a rumor, and I don't know if this is true, and I'll ask for your help on this, is for every tree you plant, it adds $1,000 to your property. Does that hold true?
Well, I've never heard that before, but certainly trees are desirable in the fact that they provide privacy and shade. But again, I'd say make sure that you're looking around the neighborhood. Take a look over the fence, see what the neighbors have, see what's typical for the area.
One thing that we've talked about in one of our previous Real Tips about home value is price by square foot. What can you tell me when determining value, the risks about judging just solely on price by square foot?
Well, certainly it's an important consideration, but it's not the only consideration. Sure, it's nice and easy to apply when all you're doing is taking the price and dividing by the square footage, but in doing so, you are not factoring location, condition, curb appeal, basement development, extras, upgrades, landscaping, recent improvements, items of deferred maintenance, the list goes on. So you can see how simply looking at those two variables of price and square footage can be misleading. So to simply focus on a price per square foot eliminates all of those other variables, and I think is a dangerous practice. So I would urge your members to take a more holistic view and to consider these other factors that contribute to or detract from market value.
What's your top 3 things that somebody can do to easily improve their home's value?
Right. I think decluttering is probably number 1 on the list. It's a quick item, low cost, high impact. When a prospective purchaser comes into a property, they want to feel comfortable. They don't want to be put off by the mess and the clutter. It can be overpowering to them. So they want to be comfortable in that property, and they'll stay longer. They'll be able to visualize, the work and storage space that's available to them, and also be able to visualize their furniture in the property. The second item would be to take care of the repair items, the functional and also the physical forms of depreciation, the curable items that have at least 100% return on investment, the surfaces, the visible parts, flooring, countertops, wall coverings, etc. So take care of those items as a high priority as well. And after that, I would say make sure that you are looking at the principle of conformity, not just as your house relates to the other properties around it, but also within your house too. Have you overspent in an area? Like, you don't want to spend $10,000 on a brand new deck system if you have deficiencies inside the house. So make sure that you're prioritizing your investments.
Finally, to finish off, how can a home appraiser help realtors?
Sure. Well, there's a number of different ways that we help our realtor clients. One of which is if they have a vendor with, say, unrealistic or optimistic expectations of value, when really it should be here, I understand that there's reluctance on behalf of the realtors to talk them down too much for fear of offending them or losing the listing. Hire an appraiser. Let us give them a reality check. Let us be the bearers of bad news. I would say every realtor should have a real estate appraiser on their team. If you've got questions about a particular valuation issue, feel free to give us a call. We're here to help.
Perfect, Greg. Thanks a lot. I think this will really help our members and help inform their clients. Thank you for joining us for this latest Real Tip, and we'll see you next time.